Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be making some speaker stands for less than $5. Now if you have a recording studio or maybe for your surround sound in your living room, you probably found out that speaker stands are very expensive, and they usually come about that tall, but usually you want something that's about 3 to 4 feet tall. And if you have like a studio type of area, you know it's not good to put a monitor similar to this on top of your desk where you're actually creating music, because the speaker does vibrate. So, and plus you want that desk space to be free. So what I'm going to recommend you do is you go out to Home Depot and you get 2x4s, a 2x4, just a basic one like this, just usually 96 inches. And for me, I already cut them. I don't want to waste your time. I cut two of them 46 inches, so that's about that tall, about right there. And that's about how high I want it from when I'm sitting in my booth. And then all you're going to need is some drywall screws or wood screws. And then you're going to need a base. Good size base would be, you could use plywood. This is actually my old speaker stand, but if you could tell how small it is, that thing is less than, it's about 1.5 feet tall. It's not tall enough. I put that on the floor, I'm going to be listening to them way down there. So I unscrewed this here, and I'm going to use this base, and I'm going to use the top of that speaker stand here. But I would recommend you could use, a thick plywood and cut it maybe, it's the size of a vinyl LP, which is 12 by 12 inches. At the top, maybe 10 by 10. And basically all you're going to do is drill some holes in here and screw these on like this. And then I'm going to paint them the color that I want. So they're going to be like that, onto my base. And then obviously the top will be spaced about that much. And then I'm going to put this as my top piece like this. And then I'm going to be able to set my speaker. And all you really need to do this is either a skill saw or a regular hand saw. I was actually going to hand saw it, but I actually used electric saw. A drill, again some wood screws, measuring tape, and some sandpaper to sand down your 2x4 piece of wood, and that's basically it. I don't know if you can see this speaker stand here, but speaker stands like this for a pair are going to cost you around 200, well over 150, and all this is a 4x4 and a base like this. I mean, come on, if you can make this for $5 yourself at home, it's a good, just a good afternoon. I cut the wood, I got the bases off, and it literally only took me about 15 minutes to do. So I'm going to paint these a dark brown, light brown. I'm going to let you see it when I'm done. And I'm going to screw them onto this, and I'm going to be able to put them over here and put my nice speaker monitor there for my studio. Hey, yeah, so quick recap as I'm finally screwing the top base on. This thing came out better than I thought. Actually, what took the longest was actually painting the 2x4s. But you see my base here, screwed in there with 4 screws, 2 2x4s. I did mine 40 inches with the top base, and this thing is going to be super durable. The only problem I might have ran into would be, there was no problem. Maybe the only problem was it took me too long to do this. Right now, I've got these speaker stands here. I don't know if you can see them. And then I had these ones which were actually this tall before. I said these were the base. These were the, I guess the legs that were holding this up, but they're way too little. I want my monitors to be, when I'm sitting there, to be at my ear level. So yeah, that's probably the only problem I had, was it took too long for me to actually get this thing done. I went ahead and I painted them sort of like a light beige brown, because that's kind of the theme I have in my room. I have light, you probably can't see it, but I have light beige brown stuff over there. Kind of matches my studio desk over there. And I'm excited, man, about this. I could even stick these little, they sell them like at Target, these little hooks, and they glue on, and you can run your wires down the back. And basically it looks like I bought these. You probably want to go with a lacquer black. Most people like their speaker stands to look black. And again, the only problem I might have run into is maybe my wood screws. I used about, I would say 2-inch wood screws. I would probably go a little longer if you have kids running around the area, or if you think they're going to be falling. But you can see now I'm having a hard time screwing. I'm not using my drill, so I'm screwing these in. But yeah, that's just a quick wrap up of making your own studio monitor stands, or for your surround sound. These things came out bad. And something like this, if I was to go to Guitar Center and just about the same, which will do the same job in a black, it's going to cost me about $129 each. Thanks for tuning in. Again, as a recap, all you need is a 2x4, a regular piece, costs about $2.50 at Home Depot. They're 96 inches. I made mine 40 inches. All you need is a base, which is a piece of wood on top, usually about 8 to 10 inches on top, 10 to 12 inches on bottom. Make some holes, screw it together, and boom, you're done. Thanks for tuning in on a simple do-it-yourself way to make a speaker stand. See you on the next one.